is up, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. It's been a while since I made some videos, but why not? Just wanted to take a little break. But today we are back, and we are going to be taking a look at a blaster that came from a line that a lot of people are not really a fan of. You know, the Nerf Elite 2.0 line. You've heard about it. A bunch of mediocre blasters, bad blasters with clips and glues and solder wells and plastic springs and all that kinds of stuff. But today we are going to be taking a look at a blaster that's actually pretty darn decent. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer RD8. What in the world is a Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer RD8, you may ask? Well, this thing is a hammer action, 8-shot cylinder fed blaster that came from the Wild Edition series, and you can pick it up, I think you used to pick it up at Walmart for about $15. So let's get into it. As always, first off, starting off with the ergonomics. This grip, it's not bad, it's not horrible. I think it is a little bit too small for my liking, and a lot of people have complained about this grip. Almost every single person that I have seen reviewed this blaster, they don't really like it, and I can understand why. It's a bit too narrow. Let's compare it to the Mavericks grip. It is much bigger and it's much more in line than this. It's just kind of weird and out of proportion compared to the Maverick. It does get the job done though. I do like this nice texturing in the back. Feels pretty darn good. It's comfortable. Of course, being a small hammer action pistol, it does not have a stock attachment point or a barrel attachment point, and it does not have any tactical rails on the top. It does have one on the bottom, which is kind of weird. Like, you put a tactical rail at the bottom and you can put a flashlight on it, but why not at the top? You have space for it. It does not have a foregrip, but you can kind of hold on to the front like this and kind of treat it like one. It doesn't get in the way of the cylinder rotation. I don't really use it, but it does work. How was the trigger? It's wonderful. Just like a lot of other hammer action blasters, this is a haired trigger. So of course it's gonna be really, really good. Just feels nice and smooth, and I enjoy it a lot. The color scheme, I love it. I love this Wild Edition with the purple and the blue and orange. It looks really good, and every time I pick up this blaster, it just looks really appealing and very attractive. The design, it gets the job done. You know, you have a lot of paint. You have these decals, these little industrial decals on it. You got all these holes here, and then you got these, which kind of looks like it's in the build of the blaster, like engineers are building it. This barrel, I mean, it looks good. It's not terrible. And there's mods people have done to the hammer shot to actually make it exactly look like this. From the other side, you have this big gaping hole. Well, you use it to load darts. And speaking of loading darts, how does this thing work? You load 8 darts into here. This blaster has a capacity of 8 darts. Now, keep in mind when you rotate it, it double rotates. It doesn't just rotate from one barrel, it rotates from 2. So what I do to load it up completely is I just hold the trigger, pull the prime back, let it go slowly, and repeat. So it doesn't double skip on me. There we go. Oh yeah, and also it does not have slam fire. Just moved it there. You pull back on the hammer, and you can fire. The smoothness of the prime, it feels nice to pull back the hammer, and you can, of course, one hand it like a hammer shot. There's some upsides and downsides to one-handing a hammer action blaster. An example, say if you got your primary on tap, right? And you want to go to your secondary, you just one-hand it, you got that. So you got two blasters you can use. But the problem with one-handing is that, say you have a fast-moving target and you just keep moving it up like that. Well, what I recommend is holding this, or just try to keep it as steady as you possibly can so you don't move your blaster when you prime it, so it's easier to hit that target. That is everything the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer has to offer. So let's go outside, take it out to the range, and see how good it is. Welcome back once again to the range. So we are out with the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer RD8. We got 8 of the included Elite 2.0 darts. We're going to be doing 8 flat, 8 angled, and then of course we're going to be moving on to the good old Dart Zone Adventure Force waffles. It's pretty good for hammer action. It's definitely not the greatest performance ever. Let's angle them to get some better distance. Not too bad. And now, with the Adventure Force waffles. Much more accurate, as usual. Alright, angled shots. So it's a little bit underperforming, but with the Adventure Force waffles, of course, it's a lot more accurate. I do think this is pretty darn good. And just for the lulz, I'm gonna fan it with Busby long distance darts. Ow. So overall, what do I think of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer RD8? And I missed. I think the Trailblazer is pretty good. It's solid. It hits. It's a little bit underperforming, but it gets the job done. The hammer action's smooth. The grip is not the best, but it does get the job done. You got the 8-shot cylinder, which is 3 more than the original hammer shot, which holds 5, so you have a capacity advantage. It looks cool, it functions well, and I absolutely love it. This is definitely not for everybody though, because not everybody wants a hammer action blaster, so you like top prime more, or you want pump action. If you want top prime, just get a Maverick, Strong Arm, Disruptor, Blitzfire, any of those other options. If you want pump action, like a pump action pistol, get the Busby Night Tech. I don't really hear anybody talk about that, but the Busby Night Tech is super underrated and super awesome. It definitely has the value going for it because it comes with the blaster and 16 darts, so you get double your darts. If you lose some, you'll still have enough to fill this up. Spinability is really, really good. This thing is fun to spin around. You can just draw it, fire some shots off. But I recommend this over some other hammer action blasters like the Alpha Strike Hammer Storm, the Nerf Zombie Strike Hammer Shot. I would say this is a pretty good option. If you can't get your hands on those other ones, this does get the job done. This is definitely not the best one though. The Hammer Shot holds 5 shots. This is 8, so you have a capacity advantage. 8 fires a little bit harder. I have not used a Hammer Shot before, so I can't really make that argument, but it's there. I do think the Trailblazer is a really good upgrade over the legendary Zombie Strike Hammer Shot. I do have the Doomlands Lawbringer. These are the only hammer action blasters I have. The Doomlands Lawbringer holds a lot more. It holds 12 shots. Same old thing, hammer action. They get a nice little stock. You can hold 12 more darts in there, which is a capacity boost. You got some tactical rails. So it's a overall much bigger package. I would say I do like the Trailblazer more though. The Lawbringer is decent. But I don't know why. I just like the revolver style more. And I just like using this a lot more. Even though the capacity is fewer. The Hammer Storm from the Alpha Strike series. That is basically the same thing as this. But it doesn't have the whole weirdness. The thumb hole stock. You know, that dart storage grip guard. It's about the same thing. I don't know if I'd say if this is better. I mean, they're both about the same. They're both, I'd say, they're both a tie between each other. They're both very good. The same capacity. This is Elite 2.0. This is Alpha Strike. They're both very good. Oh yeah, I definitely have to bring up the Busby Thunder Shot, because I think the Thunder Shot is probably the blaster that has the most similarities to it, or I should say probably more identical than all of these other hammer action blasters, because it's 8 shots, it's a revolver, you know, it's hammer action. I've used the Thunder Shot before and it's not really that good. I didn't really have a good time with it. I mean, it's okay, but this is definitely a huge upgrade over the Thunder Shot. This is what the Thunder Shot should have been. Nerf beated Busby and completely destroyed them out of the water with this thing. It's definitely not for everybody, but the Trailblazer does have its use case. It underperforms, but not by a whole lot, and I definitely like it. That is my review of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer. Thank you all very much for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Have your own baby shark.
What's good, everybody? So I just got home from Walmart and I got some pretty cool stuff. I got this, the 200 pack of the best full-length darts in the game, the Darts and Adventure Force waffle tip darts, and then I got the Elite 2.0 Trailblazer. So let's review this bad baby. Let's unbox it. Let's review. Let's fire it. Let's do that accuracy test. Let's give that opinion. Let's do this. So let's get to unboxing this bad boy. We got the blaster out. Let's get these twist ties out now. Alrighty, so we got the blaster, and I can say this feels very nice. Now, the grip is quite small, but it has very nice texturing in the back and very nice solid plastic in the front for your hands to go up on. And the hammer prime is also very nice and smooth. So, there you go. And the spinability, oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Trigger is buttery smooth. On every hammer action blaster I've gotten my hands on, which are only 2, the triggers are super smooth on them. And this is a 8-shot cylinder. It holds 8 darts. And you can access it freely, very easily from this side. Not so much on this side, but let's get these darts out, which are, I don't like to be politic darts. I don't like to shoot straight darts. We got the darts out. We got 16 Elite 2.0 colored darts that are very different from the standard darts, which I really like. I know I'm late on this review, but who cares? This is pretty cool. Some more. Hippity hoppity, get the heck off my property. Alright, let's get to reviewing in my room on my actual style now. So, the Elite 2.0 Trailblazer. I know I might be late on this review, but anyway, let's get into the ergonomics. I don't have a skip for this one. So, the ergonomics of the blaster, they're pretty darn good. I think they're actually better than the hammer shot. So, you have the grip. It is a small grip, but it is very nice and comfortable. You got this nice dotting texture in the back, which feels nice. And then you have one tiny little finger choil here, but it's not uncomfortable. And you got nice solid plastic in the front. I do not know what this piece is, but it's for something. And then the trigger. Ah, yes. Nice and smooth, man. Hammer action blasters have really nice, smooth, clicky triggers. And this is a great example of one. Thank you, Hasbro. And then you have the hammer. You can one-hand it, unlike a blaster that is very similar to this that Busby made, has the same capacity. The hammer actually rotates the cylinder like the hammer shot in the Fortnite 6SH. The blaster comes with 16 of these Elite darts, and even though Elite darts are very inaccurate, these look very nice and they match the blaster very well. The design of this blaster is next, and the design is absolutely gorgeous. First off, the color scheme is just absolutely amazing, and I think it's actually better than the normal Elite 2.0 color scheme. And you also get a bottom tack rail. I don't know why there's no tack rail at the top, but let's just put a flashlight in there. But you have the Nerf logo on one side, and then on the other side, of course, no Nerf logo. But that's alright, because the good design is still there. But you got these kind of two little diamonds facing each other, which looks pretty nice on here. You have this part, which is kind of like a panel switcher. And then if this blaster had a safety, well, this is it, but it's not actually a safety, it's a piece of decoration. I have a iron sight here too, which you can kind of look through if you use the Adventure Force waffle tip darts. The front also looks really good. And then to the cylinder holds 8 darts, and for some reason, it's a little bit trickier to rotate, but you don't actually load them from that side. You load them from the other side, so it's a lot easier to rotate. Now to the plastic quality. The plastic quality of this blaster, no creaking whatsoever. This plastic quality is absolutely amazing. And the Fortnite SR I have is terrible plastic quality. It creaks like nobody's business. But maybe that's just because my friend gave it to me, and that is like a year or 2 years old now. But basically how you operate this is you load 8 darts, or how many darts you want into, prime it, which the hammer is also pretty darn comfortable, and then fire away. You can also kind of slam fire this blaster, but it's not actually really slam fire. You just hold down the trigger and fan it. So, it's kind of hard to do it though. Those are the external features of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer. You got the nice grip, you got a nice trigger, hammer is very comfortable, you can one-hand it. You got the cylinder that holds the 8 darts, which is very easy to load from this side. You got the very nice design, you got the very cool looking front, you got the aesthetics. So anyway, let's take this blaster on its first range and test this out with its accuracy, comparing it to the Waffles, Buzzbee long distances, and the Elites. Let's get it. Alrighty, so we have the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer. We are going to be doing flat shots with 8 brand new Adventure Force Waffle head darts pulled out from my 200 pack. And this is my first time firing it, so let's see how this goes. I'm expecting pretty good performance. And good performance we get. That is definitely harder than a hammer shot, and hammer shots are about 50, so that's really nice. But let's do some angle shots now. Okay, those angle shots were really good because it went from all the way to there where I was standing all the way to there. Bruh, that's almost the entire freaking range. So we got the Trailblazer. We're going to be doing an accuracy game as usual, but we're going to be using much better darts because as you saw in the Spectre review that I did, the Buzzbee long distance darts, I could barely hit targets from far range. So let's just see what a difference these make. First shot, baby. It's like night and day. These are so much better, man. Three hits. Can we make it 4 for 4? Yes, we can. That's 5 hits. What? Come on. Alright, so we got 7 out of 8. That's not bad at all. So now, let's switch to the Buzzbee long distance darts from the same range and show you how absolutely garbage they are and why you should not ever buy them. If you guys are confused what dart is good or what dart is bad, these are terrible. These are the Buzzbee long distance darts, and they have a nipple style head, kind of similar to Elite darts. And then these are the good ones, the waffle darts. These have a waffle shaped head, and they won't nearly go as far distance, but they are much accurate. Now let's see how bad these things are in the Trailblazer. Oh, just wait until you see this. Bro, they are dipping down. That's 1 out of 8. One out of 8 hits. And now for the funnest part. I love doing this. Alright, so we're gonna go inside and we're gonna use it with its Elite darts that actually come with the blaster. He included Elite darts. Yeah, Elite darts also suck, if you did not know. 1 out of 8. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 8 hits for the Elites. 1 out of 8 hits for the Busby Long Distance. And 7 out of 8 hits for the Adventure Force Waffles. So, clearly, buy the Adventure Force Waffles for accuracy. Or, I don't really have any of them in Arizona right now. Pick up the Dart Zone Chili Darts or the Red Diamond Darts from Target. So those two are very good. Elites and Busby Long Distances, not so much. What do I think of the Elite 2.0 Trailblazer? I love this blaster. I mean, come on, this thing has this is an upgrade from the Hammer Shot and the Fortnite 6SH, because mainly you don't have to worry about some disgustingly long barrel to decrease your performance. You just got this nice handheld revolver that is very easy to prime, has very nice solid performance, and has 3 more darts in the Hammer Shot and 2 more darts from the Fortnite 6SH, and actually 4 more from the SR Persuader if you count those. It's definitely not the highest capacity hammer action blaster we have out there, but it is certainly one that Nerf definitely nailed it on, because this is just absolutely awesome. And it's so awesome, in fact, that I think you're gonna be number 2 on my Elite 2.0 blasters list. Why? Because the turbine's great, but that has some problems with modding, which this does not. And it also looks really nice, and I think it just fits this very nice. So, if I were to have been a loadout of Elite 2.0 blasters, these two would definitely be my choice. And actually, if I could use blasters that were not Elite 2.0 but wanted to use Elite 2.0, I'd still probably use these in the war, because, come on, both of these are these are the pinnacles of the Elite 2.0 series. Oh, and the turbine's number 3, so, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The Turbine, Trailblazer, and Motor Blitz will probably forever be my top 3, because those 3 Elite 2.0 blasters are actually very freaking good. That is my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you got it to the end, chances you really liked what I do, so please hit like, hit subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all in the next one. And comment down below, what do you think of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Trailblazer?